Hey y'all, welcome back to a new self-care session video or Sunday session video. On today's Sunday session video, I'm speaking about shame and anxiety because it's what I spoke about in this week's podcast episode. And it's interesting with shame and anxiety, the effects that they have on you because shame makes you want to hide, makes you want to crawl away. And anxiety is different. She hits differently. She's a different type of breed. Anxiety literally takes over. It doesn't matter what you're doing in that moment. It takes over, and if you're just gonna feel anxious in that moment. And sometimes it can feel overwhelming, and it just literally takes over. And I think the thing of when it starts taking over, or when anxiety starts building, it can lead to you having anxiety attacks. So I just find it interesting how shame and anxiety have completely different effects on you. But I feel like the fact that anxiety has is like a different type of level. So I said anxiety is like a different type of breed, but it's interesting how they can come together. And something that I noticed is how if you acknowledge something, if you're like, nah, it's one thing to be experiencing something, but it also like acknowledging, like, this is actually what I'm experiencing. I'm realizing, or for me, I'm realizing like just acknowledging it is a first step. When it comes to anxiety and shame, what I notice is first acknowledging it is important. What I mean by that is that you need to know what you're dealing with. How can you deal with something if you don't know what you're dealing with? You don't know why you feel that way or what's causing it. So, dealing with something, dealing with a problem, even if maybe, for example, you're running a business, you have to know if something's not going well in the business, what is causing it not to go well. And what just the same way when you're dealing with anxiety and shame, you have to attack it from the source. I just wanted to share with you what I spoke about in this week's podcast episode because I just found it interesting how just acknowledging something is very important. It's like acknowledging it and being like, you, yay, tai dang. But yeah, just acknowledging something is actually really helpful. Even though you might not deal with it immediately, but just being aware of it makes you pay attention more. It literally makes you pay attention to like this the next time like you feel it or experience it. But yeah, that's it for this week's Sunday session. See y'all in the next Sunday session.